Meanwhile, as NASA is getting ready to retire the space shuttle fleet, private space travel is right on the horizon. The Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2 completed a feather test recently, so it folded up its wings and it began to float through the atmosphere, and it was able to glide to make the trip back to Earth, landing safely in the Mojave Desert in California. And joining us via Skype is Virgin Group Chairman Sir Richard Branson. Good morning, Sir Richard. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Lovely to talk to you.
So what is this feather test all about?
It's the thing that's going to make commercial spaceship travel a viability and also make it safe. The biggest problem that NASA have had over the last 60, 70 years since space travel began was re-entry. They had to get the re-entry just right, or else the spaceship would burn up. The great thing about the Virgin Galactic breakthrough has been that we turn effectively into a giant shuttlecock, and so when it comes back into the Earth's atmosphere, the pilot could be asleep, and it can just come in any direction, and that just makes it that much safer. So it turns into a giant shuttlecock, and then when it comes back into the Earth's atmosphere, it turns back into a spaceship again, and then heads back down to Earth to land.
Can you give me a sense of what it would be like to be on board that ship? A feeling of weightlessness, I imagine, but then some heck of a rock and roll ride.
It's going to be the ride of a lifetime. I mean, you're taken up, attached to our mothership. You go up to about 60,000 feet. You then drop away from the mothership, and about 4 seconds later, the rocket fires, and you head off into space at, if it goes from 0 to 8 seconds, you're traveling at 2,500 miles an hour heading into space. And once you're in space, the rocket shuts off. There's complete silence. You unbuckle. We've got these giant windows. You can float around. You can look back at our beautiful Earth. You become an astronaut, and you have the most fantastic experience. And once you've enjoyed all that, you sit down again, and you get ready for re-entry. And re-entry, is quite beautiful in that it just is quite gentle. You're not going to go through the horrible shuddering that's happened with spaceships before. And you're going to have a good story to tell when you get back to the New Mexico, where we got our spaceport.
I can bet. And how much will it cost to take this flight? How long will the flight last, and when's it going to be ready?
Well, the whole flight lasts about 3 hours. The initial flights are going to be suborbital flights. We then hope to be able to develop orbital flights at a price that is a lot less than it costs in Russia at the moment, which is about $60 to $70 million. The flight lasts about 3 hours, and everything will be ready to go, I think, in roughly sort of 12 to 15 months' time. So we're going through all the final extensive test programs at the moment. Everything's going extremely well. We've got about 500 people signed up to go into space, and the cost is a couple of $100,000, which is not cheap, but a lot cheaper than it's been on a Russian spaceship. And I think that the initial pioneers hopefully will be able to start getting the price down as the years go by.
Well, Sir Richard Branson, it is most exciting for space enthusiasts like myself, and good on you. Best of luck, and we can't wait to see this thing be accomplished and people heading out into space. Thank you.
See you up there.
Okay, sounds good.